Hello and welcome to the RealTime Fantasy Sports Show. I'm Jeff Paur, Senior Writer with RealTime Fantasy Sports. On today's show, we're going to get you ready for the Super Bowl. Logan Glaser and I are going to talk about some of our big game postseason contests, talk about who has a chance to win them all, talk about some of the promos we're running on the site, and also give you some of our favorite pick'em picks as well. So without further ado, I'm going to bring Logan up. Logan, how you doing today?
Doing good. It's good to be back on the show. It's been a while.
It has been a while for sure. Yeah. So it's good to have you on as always. We have all sorts of things we're doing here at Real Time Fantasy Sports for the Super Bowl. We have these big game contests, though, Logan, that we wanted to talk about also. So our postseason shootout, that's our big one. It's a lot of fun to get in. You can only pick 2 players from each team, and you're stuck with them for the entire duration of the playoffs. But it's a great contest. You've never been in it. Highly suggested. But it's kind of set, I think, quite frankly. Don't you think, Logan, with who's going to win it? I'll bring it
It
up.
is. We have a clear winner who's going to take home $100,000 from this, and that's going to be Wes Sider. He's got a lead right now, and he's got the 4 best players involved. It would take an absolute miracle for him not to pull this off.
Yeah,
Which
he has.
we would need 35 points from a kicker and some other magical
Craziness.
stuff with the people below him to catch him, but. He's sitting in a really good spot heading into.
Yeah, he has Drake May, Kenneth Walker, Stephon Diggs, and Jackson Smith-Njigba. So Stephon Diggs hasn't been great this postseason, but I'm sure that's not going to be a detriment to this West Sider team winning. He had Josh Allen as well and James Cook, Kyron Williams, Puka Nacua, Kaimi Fairbairn, and the Houston Texans defense. So it's kind of interesting.
Stack lineup.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how these winners end up, winning it all when it comes to these contests. But obviously, he picked the teams that went to the conference championship. He got both of them right, and then he took the Texans as his other 2 picks as well. So that was kind of his mojo to winning it all. The team behind him, as you mentioned, there's one behind him. He has Borregales as his kicker in the Patriots defense. That's how he differentiates. But you're right, that's going to take a miracle. There's no way Borregales and the Patriots defense outscored.
Yeah, I don't think so. So I think he's got that locked up. But I love this contest because there's so much strategy involved. You can only have 2 players per NFL team. So that's kind of why Irish has this kind of locked up with those 2 players. So you can only have 2 players per NFL team. And there's just so much strategy that you have to correctly pick who's kind of going to be winning at least 2+ games. Because you need the name of the game is to get points, so you need as many games as you can get from your players to accumulate those points.
And it's a different way to play fantasy. It's different strategy. It's not what you're used to doing, drafting a team and setting your lineup every week. You're just kind of stuck with them. So it's a different way to play. And we also have another contest, Logan, another big postseason contest. It's the Blitz contest. So kind of tell people how that one works. It's
so with the Blitz contest, it is best ball style. So you draft a team. You're in 6-man leagues. In total, there's about 2,000 teams in this contest. First place wins $10,000, and that is still up for grabs for 2 teams. Second place is $2,500, so a bit of a drop off between that. So both these teams are definitely going to be fighting for that $10,000 first place. But the 2 teams I really want to look at that have a chance, I think, to win this is team number 1, Missouri. So it's not showing his full roster, but here is who he has left. He's got Sam Darnold, Drake May, Stevenson, Walker, and Barner. So that's who he has left. And then the other team that I kind of want to take a look at is number 10, South Georgia Catfish. And they are the odds-on favorite to win this right now. I'm giving them about a 75% chance to win this. They have Darnold, Stevenson, Walker, JSN, Diggs, and Cup. So he's got a couple of different options behind Missouri. He's down 26 points, but again, he's got JSN, Diggs, Cup. So I think they easily pick up those 26 points. How Missouri is going to win this is Drake May would need to have a big game because that's his differentiator for QB. And maybe Barner get a touchdown as well.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, that's going to come down to the wire there. Should be a lot of fun for both those owners. I didn't realize that yeah, that 10th place team has 360 minutes remaining players left. So he has the most really of any of the top teams. Missouri though still has 300, so pretty
Correct.
solid as well. But you're right though. It's a little
Which he
bit.
has 2 QBs left, Missouri.
Oh,
So
okay.
only he can only get points from
I
one of
gotcha.
those. So technically, he's only got 240, for but if May has a big game, I think that's where he's gonna help him. Right now, based off of player projections,
Mhm.
number 10 South Georgia Catfish is gonna win by 7 points, which is still up in the air.
Yeah,
With
that's no gimme. That's
That's
no.
no gimme. That's no
Yeah,
gimme. So it's
exactly.
definitely gonna be a big game for both of those. And there's a couple of other teams kind of sprinkled in there that have small chances as well.
Mhm.
If a player goes off. So it's still up for grabs for a couple different teams, but those are the two that are kind of leading the pack going
Yeah,
into this.
Missouri has 2 teams in the top 10 there, 1 in 6th place as well. Interesting.
Yes. And then the top five get overall prizes. So
Gotcha.
fighting to get in that top five with that.
So, Logan, besides these contests, we have stuff we're doing here at RT Sports as well. We have our Pick'em stuff. We have DFS as well. So, any promos we're running for
Yeah, for
any of
sure.
the
Yeah,
teams?
we'll have tons of DFS contests, so check out that in our DFS lobby. We've got drafts for the single game and just select your own slate or own roster with that. So those are always a lot of fun. And then for Pick'em has gone crazy with the popularity across all the industry. So we will be having a free square. So Drake May only needs to have 1 yard or more, and then that is a free win to kind of get going on that,
Yeah,
um, which you can earn up to 100 times your entry fee if just by going 6 for 6, which is pretty crazy. So there's
yeah.
a lot of money to be won on that.
Exactly, and they're a lot of fun to do these. It's a if you've never done them before, it just makes the game a little more exciting, especially the Super Bowl. I think this is where it kinda all started, quite frankly, was the Super Bowl, and now people do it every week, but I feel like all these props started
Yes.
originally with the Super Bowl, and it just kinda expanded, exploded everywhere. You're right, though, that Drake May one is gonna be a layup, but we thought it'd be fun too, Logan, to give some of our favorite picks too. Do you wanna share any ones that you like specifically,
Yeah, the
on our
first one
site?
that I'm in love with is Kenneth Walker over 13.9 fantasy points. I just think this is a great number to hit him at. His last 5 games, he's had 21, 35, 17, 7, and 25. So he's had that for the last 5 games. Zach Charbonnet's out, and Walker's looked great in the last couple playoff games. And I do think this is a game where I do think Seattle's going to win this game. So they're going to rely a little bit more on the run game come fourth quarter. So I'm going with Walker on over the
Alright.
13.9 fantasy
I
points.
like him for the more rushing yards too, that I'm not gonna
Yeah.
highlight that as my pick, but I like that also, just the way that the Patriots defense has not been good since week 10. They have one of the worst, uh, defenses against the run since week 10. I know it's been good during the postseason, but the last 3 weeks 3 of the last 4 weeks of the regular season, they allowed more than 160 rush yards. None of those teams in the postseason have great rush offenses, so I think Walker's gonna have a big game here, and I wouldn't get too scared, over those good showings by the Patriots defense against the run in the postseason. But my one of my favorite picks is Hunter Henry more than 38.5 receiving yards. Uh, Seattle's been terrible against the tight end this year.
They
They have
have.
allowed the 29th most yards against the tight end. So I'm all over the Henry more than 29.8 or 38.5 receiving yards, I should say. So I think that's a good one. Do you have any other ones you're highlighting? Do you want to?
The only other one I kind of looked at, I just feel like the number is so low, even though his usage has just gone down, is Travion Henderson over 23.5 total yards. I just feel like that mark has just dropped so much.
Really low. Yep.
Which I get is that Stevenson has been taking over that complete backfield. But still, Henderson has hit that 12 or 10 of his last 12 games. He'll get a reception or two during the game as well. So I kind of like him to hit over that number just because of how low it is.
I think he's going to be on a lot of people's picks just because it's so intriguing. We know it just takes one carry with him because he's
Yes,
so good.
it sure
And
does.
he just hasn't gotten the work lately, but I still think it's intriguing. I think he's going to get a lot of looks this week when it comes to these prop bets. I'll give you one more, and it's not one that's going to pay you a ton, but I like Jackson Smith and Jigba 6.5 receptions more.
Love that one.
Yeah, just because the Patriots, again, they rank 31st in DVOA covering opposing number one wide receivers this year. So they struggle against the number one wide receiver this year. I know Christian Gonzalez, really good cornerback for New England, but he kind of doesn't move around the defense and covers the opposing number one receiver. So I think Seattle's going to find all sorts of ways to get him the ball, move him around, out of the backfield, out of the slot, you name it. I think Jackson Smith and Jigba is going to get more than 6.5 receptions. So those are the prop bets Logan and I like. Again, take advantage.
Love that. I think he had 10 receptions last week.
What was that?
I think, JSN had 10 plus receptions last week. So
he did. Yep. So what's the free one again, Logan? So everybody knows before we get out of here.
So free spare is going to be up tomorrow, Wednesday. So several days to get that in. It'll be Drake May over 0.5 total yards. So take advantage of that. There will also be a profit boost, so you can boost your profit on your entry as well. So definitely some promos to take advantage of with those two.
Exactly. So should be a lot of fun this weekend. I think it'll be a good game. What's your prediction? You said Seattle. You thought they were going to win. Do you have a score in mind? Anything?
I'm on Seattle by 7. I don't really have a score in mind off the top of my head.
Okay.
I can't see it being it's so hard with these two teams because I feel like they pride themselves on the defense with that, but I feel like they were both involved with a lot of high scoring games as well.
Is the line sitting at 4.5 still right now? Isn't that
what it was? 4.5 is the line, which I'm on Seattle for that. Let me see what the over under is.
It was sitting around 45 last time.
45.5.
Okay. That's tough too. What do you got there? Do you go under or over that?
I think if I had to choose on that, I would go under.
Okay. That's what so my score, I have Seattle winning 24-21. So that puts it at 45 and it's at 45.
Right at it.
So I'll say under.
Right at
originally, though, like when I saw this at first, I'm like, I think Seattle's going to blow them out. But the more I've looked into it, I think it's going to be a closer game than I initially expected. You're right. I think these are two pretty evenly matched teams. One area, too, that I think gets overlooked at times, special teams. Seattle's got a really good special teams unit. Rashid Shaheed's great return man. Jason Myers, he had one of the best years of a kicker in all of football this year, a veteran kicker, and Borregales, rookie kicker. Patriots has some issues with
special teams makes a big difference in these type of play. In this game.
Yep, exactly. So I think that's going to maybe give him the edge there. But I think it's a good game. I hope it's a good game. I have no rooting interest, quite frankly. I don't know if you do. Do you have any?
I'm just glad the Rams aren't in it.
Yeah, exactly. We're coming from St. Louis, everybody. You can look behind me and see the arch. We're glad Stan Kroenke doesn't get another ring. So that's the big plus. All right, Logan. Well, I appreciate you coming on as always. We actually have drafts going on for next year as well. Our TFCs are open. We've done a few already. So if you want to get in one for next year already, you can do it. But we have baseball going on as well. All sorts of different contests there. All sorts of stuff going on at RT Sports right now. Right, Logan?
Yes, for sure. Yeah, it's kind of fun to take a look at those draft boards from the first couple of drafts.
It is.
Compare them to later in the year with how much difference there is with ADP because a lot of players move around quite a bit.
They do. I know my son watched one of the drafts and he was talking about where the rookies were going and he was kind of surprised some of them were so late, but that's why people get in them. You don't know where these rookies are going to get drafted. Maybe you can take advantage of some of their cheaper price points. So you want to get into TFC, you can do that. They're up right now as well. All right, Logan, thanks again for joining me. Really appreciate it. Hope you have a lot of fun watching the Super Bowl this weekend.
Thanks you as well, Jeff.
All right, thanks to everybody out there as well for joining me, and I hope you have a great Super Bowl Sunday. All your bets come true this weekend. All your fantasy teams come out on top as well. Have a great weekend. This has been Jeff Paur for RealTime Fantasy Sports.